Welcome back to Smartphone Wars.
Hi guys, this is Steven Fox again. Welcome back to Smartphone Wars, and today I have for you the full, in-depth, honest Blackview BV8000 Pro review. Is this the best rugged phone out there with the best specs? Watch it and find out. When it comes to design and build quality, Blackview have really done a very fine phone. This is a sturdy, durable phone, and the design is actually very appealing to me. Maybe the only thing that's kind of kitsch on it is the IP68 here, but I guess Blackview really wanted to advertise this is waterproof, and it actually is. If you've not seen my unboxing, check it out and you will know.
As far as design goes, I'm really impressed. This is a very nice looking rugged phone that is not actually built only to be tough, but to also look very well. And the gripe with the back, because it's made of textured rubber, it just feels so nice in the hand. The sides are all made of metal, so they can definitely take a hit. You have a plastic on the just above the screen and just below it where the IP68 is, so it can definitely take a knock on the display and survive. Another good thing is that since it's a waterproof phone, to put your SIM card in there you have to unscrew with the screwdriver the bolts, and below that there is a dual nano SIM and a micro SD card slot, so you don't have to sacrifice any of that, so you can have a dual SIM and an SD card at the same time. The side fingerprint scanner is by far the best side fingerprint scanner I've ever tested on any device, including Sony devices. Now I have not tested the latest Sony XZ series, but it's still better than the X1, and you can see it's all made of rubber, plastic and metal to give you the all premium feel, and definitely all the sides and edges have the rubber bump to it, so if it falls on any of the edges it will not be affected by it. This is a very well built, durable phone. In my opinion, it's bolted shut all the way, and you do have also a camera button, dedicated camera button. Here's the speaker. Now I think it's a single speaker, but it's by far the best speaker I've ever heard on a phone. It's definitely loud and clear. The buttons are backlit, and there is a LED notification lights just above the display around here, but it's a bit too dim to see, although it is customizable. You can change the light on it, and it feels good in the hand. Now I have larger hands, but not like too large, so if you're definitely a person with large hands, this phone will sit very well. And I said, because of the rubber textured back, it just feels so nice to hold in the hand. It's an anti-slippery grip, so this phone will never slip even when wet from your hands.
Okay Google, find me the nearest route to work.
Sorry, I can't help with that yet.
Okay Google, XiaomiToday.com. Okay Google, Smartphone Wars YouTube channel.
Take a look at these results, starting with one from YouTube.
The BV8000 Pro's display is quite good actually, and has good sunlight readability, so if you're outdoors or if you're on a very sunny day and want to read something on it, you will definitely can. It's not an AMOLED, not the brightest one, but definitely does the job.
With vivid colors, great viewing angles and very good sunlight visibility, this is a nice display on a nice rugged phone.
If you're wondering how's the audio and call quality on the Blackview BV8000 Pro, first of all, the call quality is very good. I had absolutely no issues talking on the phone, being heard or hearing from the other side. It's a very good phone. Even in louder environments, people could hear me very well. There were a few models that were rugged water resistant and had problems with the microphone. I'm glad to report that the BV8000 Pro is not one of them. There's definitely one very good thing about the Blackview BV8000 Pro, and this is the rear sounding. Software experience goes, the BV8000 Pro is leading again with the new trends of Chinese devices to use very stock Android. Now it does have a few quirks in there, and doesn't have an app drawer, which some of you I know love, but it's still a very streamlined experience. There's absolutely no bloatware, if of course you're not considering the outdoor tools, which are amazing as bloatware.
Now the software experience is very straightforward, easy and streamlined. This is almost stock Android. Good thing is that it does have an NFC chip, but the bad thing is that it doesn't work very well, and I'll get that a bit later. Voice over LTE is enabled, or VoLTE, and it works very well. It's a 64 gigs of onboard storage, which you have around 54 free when you install the phone. And I've installed quite a few games and all of my social apps and still have like 40 free. As you can see, the 6 gigs of RAM are barely used by my device, and they, as I told you, the LED notification light is interchangeable, but it's a bit faint. It's a slight con to it, but you can see it if it's not too bright. You can have your flashlight open if you hold the home button. This is something that is very useful for outdoors persons as well. And you have your standard flip, mute, 3 fingers, screenshot gestures, and all that sort as well with the off-screen gestures. Nothing really that sensational. This is almost in every phone, but you do have this multifunction key, which is actually an SOS key here, just below the volume up and down. If you hold it slightly, it starts emitting a horrible noise. But if you hold it for a long period of time, I'll show you how. It will send an SMS to a contact saying I'm in danger or something of your choice, please help me, and send your coordinates. So this is again mostly done for those who like the outdoors, who are somewhere you will definitely feel safe with that device around. If you just hold the button, the sound that it emits is just incredibly annoying and loud. So whenever you are, somebody will definitely hear you if there's somebody living there. Imagine if you're not in like a wood or something. But the other thing with the SMS is very helpful. You do get a reading mode on the display, or blue light filter as they call it, and you can customize which app gets access to the mobile and wireless LAN networks as well. For those of you who don't like apps using their mobile data, you can set that, and this is the one key SOS setting that I've told you about. See, I've set my mother's phone, and gets the GPS, and these are your coordinates, and just sends a message, help me please, if you hold it for a long time. So if you feel like your life is in danger, and you'll definitely be helpful sending those coordinates to the person you're very close to. This is running Android 7.0 Nougat without any issues with the June security patch. So this is almost the latest security patch. The latest one is July. Now let's talk a bit about the outdoor tools. You do have the sound sensor. You can see works very well. The compass works very well. There's a separate compass app which is cooler than this one that I demonstrated just a second ago. The flashlight is one of those things that I think can be a bit stronger. As a flash, it's okay. You have your leveler and peak hanging straightener, heart rate. Now the heart rate is being measured, as I've mentioned in my unboxing video, like with the Zoom Edge from the camera sensor. I don't know how accurate it is, but it feels accurate to me when I test it, because when I do these reviews I get a bit anxious and my heart rate is just a bit higher than usual. And there's a height measurer. This you can use it for construction work. The height measurer definitely handy, but you need to set it up, and as you can see, have it straightened out from a low and mid-range point. But it does work, and you have to first adjust, of course, your height and then everything else to set it properly up. And it gives you the results to the targets you want to achieve. Magnifier is no magnifier, it uses the camera zoom sensor, and it's okay because it offers 3 times digital zoom. There's an alarm, protractor, pedometer, which measures your steps, and then there's the protractor, works really well in my opinion. Definitely very good and very sensitive as well. In this case here, I'm not sure that if the camera is supposed to be blurry or not, but the sensor work, you can adjust it. It's for measuring angles, so I don't know, could be a bug or something, but I think it's the way it's supposed to work, this kind of sensor app. And last but not least, you do have your pressure sensoring, because this has a barometer inside and can measure the pressure as well. So fine set of outdoor tools, which all of them really actually work with, backed up with actual sensors inside.
Speaking about performance, is the 6 gigs of RAM and Helio P25 good enough for somebody who's coming from a flagship device and wants speed as well as durability? Yes, they are. The BV8000 Pro, because of its very light software skin and plenty of RAM resources, and the Helio P25, which is a very good CPU chip, managed to breeze through all my daily activities without even breaking a sweat.
The Helio P25 and 6 gigs of RAM on the Blackview BV8000 Pro perform admirably with all my daily activities, opening, closing apps, heavy apps like Skype, like Tumblr, social apps with news feeds, run very well, open quickly, and this phone rarely reloads any apps. So RAM management is also very good thanks to its very stock Android experience and no bloatware. It's able to run everything very smoothly. Even if you're coming from a very fast flagship device, this device will not feel slow for you. So definitely, unlike cat devices and other rugged phones on the market, this is a very fast phone that is not only an okay daily driver, but a very good daily driver in my opinion. I've been using it next to my Meizu Pro 6 Plus, and it performs just as good. This means that it performs just as good as the Samsung S7 or S7 Edge. With your daily activities, you won't find any problems using split screen multitasking, heavier apps, lots of browsing, lots of taps on Google Chrome. You will get, as all phones do, a slowdown from time to time, and mainly I think due to the poor internet speed, but definitely, as you can see, switching between apps is very easy, breezy and nice, with no reloads and very smooth animations. And here I'm demonstrating for you the split screen multitasking abilities on Android. Still a bit behind. I do like the Windows one much better, and some apps still don't support it, but lots of the apps do, and you can see there's absolutely no problem. Once you load an app on the top and bottom page, they work flawlessly as they should on the full screen with no lag. You can switch to news feeds, sites, zoom in, zoom out, everything works great. So I hope I've convinced you that this is a very fine daily driver, because it really is. Now moving on to benchmarks, Helio P25 scores almost the same as the Snapdragon 625, maybe just above with the CPU performance. Now in my PC Mark 2.0 test, the cores weren't allowed to go much higher. This is something that software wise, but storage speed is quite adequate. Battery life has been very good on the device, 2 to 3 days of very heavy usage with it, with 4G and GPS turned on all the time. So if you're using it sparingly, it can even last you a week or two as well. Gaming is very nice on the Blackview BV8000 Pro. Now I've already side-loaded 4 heavy games on it, on 6 gigs of RAM, switch between them, and so the games run very well on this playing station that you're seeing right now. All my games will have just tiny bit of slower because they're all running simultaneously in the background. So you will see some dropped frames here and there, but as you've played them separately, they run flawlessly without any issues, and running simultaneously they also run very well, considering this is a mid-range device. Being able to run 4 heavy games in the background is something incredible, and I've only achieved this before with the Leco Lab Pro 3 with the Snapdragon 821 when it arrived with the 6 gigs of RAM. And now you see what I'm saying. I'm switching between all these games that I've been playing just now. So the entire footage you've seen is with the games in the background, along with a few social apps and a few tabs on Google Chrome opened as well in the background. So this is very much putting the phone to its limits, and the heating on the chip, there is practically none. I've played for like 10-15 minutes. It does get just a little bit warm, but definitely not hot, so very well done with the cooling as well.
If you've been watching my video carefully so on, and you thinking that wow, this device is absolutely amazing, it looks incredible. It is, but it has a few flaws. First of all, the BV8000 Pro, because it's waterproof and it's real waterproof, the USB Type-C and the 3.5mm headphone jack require longer cables in order to make contact. So if you want to charge it or listen to music, you have to have a longer 3.5mm headphone jack and USB Type-C. This is BV8000 Pro's regular cable, and I'll show you. It goes all the way in. Just doesn't connect, just pops right out. And it's the same issue with the 3.5mm headphone jack. A regular one just doesn't cut it. And again, you can see that the 3.5mm headphone jack provided with Blackview's earbuds inside is longer, and it takes a longer jack to be able to listen to music. Another thing that the BV8000 Pro still hasn't got working properly is Android Pay and the NFC in general. Now I don't have any tags to read, but the Android Pay just doesn't work on this NFC. It also doesn't connect with any phones to transfer files. This is something that I've read in the forums that other Blackview models have also done. Usually it didn't work, and then they've updated it and it works fine. But as currently the NFC is here, the chip is here, it's supported, but it doesn't function. If you're looking at Blackview BV8000 Pro specs, you probably think that it has very capable cameras. Well, the front camera is actually pretty decent, but I've had less than stellar experience when it comes to the main camera.
The camera sensor on the Blackview BV8000 Pro is, for lack of a better word in my own language, I'll use the word finicky. It's a very picky sensor. Sometimes it takes a very good photo, sometimes it takes a horrible photo, and the problem is that most of the time it does take a horrible photo instead of the good one. Now I've done some research, since this is the first one to use the Samsung SK4 something sensor, the first one to use it, and I've checked Samsung's documentations, and it does say that the sensor is f2.0, it's 1.12 micron pixel size, but it is 8 megapixels. And I'm pretty sure this sensor is as well 8 megapixels. I don't know why Blackview managed to interpolate it to 21 megapixels in here. So whenever you get this phone, definitely don't put it above the 16 megapixel range, because the images just turn out horrible. The problem is there is no 8 megapixel size for the photo in the settings. You just have 5 and then you go to 16. But as I said, I did manage to get, when the camera allowed me, some very good shots, as you're seeing here. These are all handheld shots. I don't use tripods. They're not reworked with Adobe Photoshop Premiere or something like that. These are actual shots you're getting from the camera. The problem is that most of the times you won't be having these shots, but you're getting shots that look different. Now this is the zoom that I'm showing. Regular 2x and 3x digital zoom works actually very well on the device. I think if they fix the driver issues, it could be better, but these are the images you get most of the time. Blurry, not very focused, or overexposed, or with inaccurate colors when there's like too much sunlight on it. And don't even get me started on the low light shots. The camera struggles for focus. Yes, sometimes I did get a okay low light shot, but this is almost $300 phone and it should have at least a better camera in my opinion. The video quality is also not very good. This is like one of the best conditions you can take a video. It's a Full HD video, it's okay, but as you start moving, you'll notice that it's very shaky. There is no stabilization for it. It's possible, but at this price range I'm expecting a bit more. And don't even get me started on the night video. Night video is absolutely horrible, laggy. It's just not usable unless you like really need to use it. I recommend you don't. The front camera is actually quite decent. It does produce okay selfies. The beauty mode is not that bad. Again, it does suffer from some overexposing, and if there's like too much sunlight, the colors are not very accurate. But compared to the main camera, at this price point, I'm willing to live with it. It's much better than the main camera actually. I think it's both sensors are new and the first phone to use it, so the driver implementation didn't work, and I'm waiting for Blackview to provide an update for that. But to this day and now, this is not a very good main camera phone. It's an okay selfie phone, but there's a main camera phone. It's definitely not very good. Here I'm testing the front cam with the Blackview BV8000 Pro. This is for an 80p SD on that at the moment, but I think they'll just do an update later.
So I finally come to a conclusion about the Blackview BV8000 Pro. In its current state, it's a very good rugged phone with very good battery, very good performance, and definitely great set of features, especially those sensors that I know all of you outdoors persons really love, and they're all working very well actually. But there's still some software issues. I think with the main camera it's definitely a software issue, since this is the first phone I've ever seen use this sensor at all. So they could be waiting for a driver update from Samsung to fix all these issues. And the NFC as well, I think it's definitely a software problem. Now I've read some people experiencing Bluetooth connectivity issues. I've had no such issues with this phone at all. Wi-Fi as well. Wi-Fi signal has been pretty stable. I've had no drops in quality and performance as well. The GPS on this device is very good and accurate. It locks very fast. It's a very good outdoors phone if you're not counting the camera, and it's a very fast phone that will be very efficient for you in your daily tasks if you require that much performance in general. It's me, Stephen Fox. Thank you for watching my Blackview BV8000 Pro video review. I helped you into picking or not picking one up. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, leave a comment below if you want to know anything more, hit that bell icon to get notifications whenever I upload a video, and if you like what I'm doing, subscribe to my channel. If you have anything else to say, please do so in the comments below.
Stick around.